everybody. Thank you so much for joining my TikTok live. My name is Young Marketer, and today I am here to talk about LinkedIn for work and for business. LinkedIn is one of those apps that a lot of people have, but they're not actually using on a daily basis. I'd have to say that some of the best jobs that I've attracted not too long ago were through LinkedIn, and some of the best networking opportunities were through LinkedIn too. I know a while back, probably around this time last year, I had a live talking strictly about Instagram for business, but I really wanted to touch on LinkedIn because it's one of those apps that not a lot of people use. You can find internships, you can network with people on LinkedIn. I've heard of people getting married from LinkedIn, but more specifically LinkedIn, we're going to be talking about work and business. So if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for an internship, or maybe you have a small business or a full-time business and you want to get started on LinkedIn, take notes and so on and so forth. Oh, okay. Somebody is inviting themselves on my live. Let's see who this person is. Oh, my bad. Okay, so let's get started. LinkedIn is a really great app. Some of you might know about it and some of you might, oh, thank you, Chantuman. I appreciate that. LinkedIn is it feels so special. Thank you. It's a great app. Anybody, there's no age group to be on LinkedIn. So if you're looking for a summer job this year, Jesus loves you all. Thank you, Gabby K. I appreciate you too. God loves you. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. So if you're looking for a summer job, ladies and gents, if you're looking for a part-time or a full-time job, or if you have a business, I'm going to be talking about LinkedIn marketing. So LinkedIn is an app. It was originally, I think it started about 15 years ago. Microsoft now owns LinkedIn, and a lot of job seekers, including students and grown adults and employers and recruiters, are looking for people like you to hire for summer jobs, contract jobs, part-time jobs, full-time jobs, and so on and so forth. Hey, what are your pronouns? That's very funny, Abby. Why don't you take a wild guess? So the first thing you want to do on LinkedIn is you want to create your profile. On your LinkedIn, put your education, your degree, your certificates. If you're doing an internship on LinkedIn, add your internship. Even if you're doing a part-time job at McDonald's or at the library or at your school, even if you're just doing a newspaper route in your neighborhood, put that on your LinkedIn profile. And the reason why you want to put your experience on your LinkedIn profile is so that recruiters, human resources, and small businesses can find people like you in your city and hire you. So when you're creating your profile on LinkedIn, whether it's for your personal job or internship or your business, you want to put all of your experiences. If you're doing little activities at school or at work or in your business for LinkedIn in the community, you want to add the volunteer work on your LinkedIn page. You also want to add if you're doing freelancing work, or if you have like a side business that you're doing from your garage or your basement, or maybe your parents are helping you, make sure to add that job experience on LinkedIn, because you might not have a real job, but it doesn't matter. Companies are looking for people with experience. Yes, having a degree and finishing your 2 or 3 or 4-year program is important, but a lot of companies really want to see experience, and that during this pandemic, you're not just kind of sitting around hoping for the job market to get better or the business market to get better. You're actually keeping yourself busy. So make sure you add all of your internship experience, any school projects, work projects, business projects on your LinkedIn profile. If you're in web design or you're a writer, add your portfolio, meaning samples of your work. Even if it's a school homework assignment, add that to your LinkedIn. Employers will take it seriously because obviously your professor or your teacher graded that homework assignment. If it's a PowerPoint presentation, definitely add it. Click the feature button and make sure it stays on feature, meaning it's at the top of your profile. That's really important. So this goes for people who are looking for jobs or businesses. On your About Me section on your LinkedIn profile, you don't want to make it so much about you, but you want to make it about your goals to find the job that you want, or your goals to find the customers that you want. So you can talk about, let's take me as an example. My name is Sarah, and I'm here on LinkedIn to look for job and internship or business opportunities, what I bring to the table as, I don't know, a sales professional or auto mechanic or an aspiring teacher is during the pandemic, I did XYZ. I created a TikTok profile. During the pandemic, I started a small business. During the pandemic, I went to the soup kitchen and I helped the homeless people. Just anything that you've been doing during the pandemic, you want to add that on your LinkedIn About Me section so that when employers, human resources, recruiters, or potential customers, if you have a business, that's the first thing they see is who is he or she about? Who are they? So after you're done your profile on LinkedIn, let's take, for example, you have job experience. So you can say stuff like, I worked at this fast food restaurant and I helped 50 customers a day. I gained about $100 in tips every day. So always talk about numbers on LinkedIn. So you want to say, I've helped 15 nonprofit organizations this summer during the pandemic, or I started my freelance business from the comfort of my home and started selling stuff on Amazon this summer and I sold 50 items. So always look for numbers and things that you can add on your profile because anybody can say, oh, I'm going to this school, I'm working on this degree, these are the kind of jobs I'm looking for. But if you can show proof that you've been active, you've been successful, and show numbers, that really, really helps recruiters and human resources and customers, if you have a business, show that you're better than the rest of the people on LinkedIn, the rest of the interns, the rest of the students, the rest of the business owners, or the rest of the working professionals on LinkedIn. So now you've got your name, you've got your About Me page, you added your education, your degrees, and all this other stuff. You added your community involvement, meaning you might want to talk about an internship program where maybe you're in nursing or healthcare. You talk about how you were doing a nursing assignment at school, at this particular senior home, so on and so forth. Add that to your community involvement because that will show as well on LinkedIn. Maybe you have some work samples, like I said earlier, you're a graphic designer, you're a writer, editor, you're a web designer, whatever it is that you do, you have proof, add that as well. So what you want to do after is your headline on LinkedIn. It's keywords, meaning you want to think about the jobs that you're looking for or the title of the job that you want or the internships you want, and you want to add that in your LinkedIn headline. So let's say you want to be a nurse, you're going to school for nursing. You'll say nursing professional or healthcare nurse or something like that. I don't know what other names there are out there for nurses, travel nurses or hospital nurse. So make sure you have those keywords in your headline because that's how people find you on LinkedIn when they're looking for people like you with your skills or your job set. So for all my entrepreneurs who have a LinkedIn page, we're going to get away from the whole job market thing for LinkedIn. So you're on LinkedIn, you have a business profile. Make sure you have that business profile all set up, have your business website, where you're located. Maybe you have an office, put the office address, put your email address, put your phone number so people can find you. But what I find personally is on LinkedIn, if you have a business, it's better to have the personal profile because people take that more seriously than the business profile on LinkedIn. And if you have a job or you're an intern and you're looking to network or find actual job or internship this summer or this year, make sure that you are using your personal page. Now you've got your page all set up on LinkedIn, you've got your samples, you've got your degrees, your awards, your business information, you have all your contact information, great. Now you're ready to roll, your profile is set up. So this is what you can do on LinkedIn. I'd say dedicate about 15, 30 minutes a day. Click on the job section on LinkedIn. And this also goes for business owners too, especially if you take contracts and you work with businesses. And start looking for opportunities in your city or in the surrounding areas of your city. If you can take a bus to that city, or if you have a car, or maybe your mom or your boyfriend or whatever can drop you and pick you up. Also, if you can do your skill set from home, like maybe you have a skill set you can do from your computer, look for worldwide or remote. Remote means from home. So now you're not just looking for jobs in your city, You're looking for jobs that you can do from your laptop on LinkedIn, or you can help companies from your laptop. And this is specifically for people that maybe you're a graphic designer, a web designer, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're, I don't know, a teacher. Teachers and professors are actually getting virtual, maybe you're a virtual assistant, meaning an online receptionist, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of online opportunities that are available on LinkedIn for you to take advantage of. So now you have your profile set up. Other than looking for jobs on LinkedIn or business opportunities on LinkedIn, you now want to network and get to know people on LinkedIn, because I think they're saying that this pandemic is going to last for a good year, potentially 2024. It's super crazy and scary. So now that the job market is picking up, or business market is picking up, you now start using LinkedIn to network with people. So let's say you're going through your profile, maybe you're following about 50, 100 people on LinkedIn. Check through your timeline the same way that you're checking here on the For You page, or on Instagram, you're checking your timeline, and start watching people's videos on LinkedIn and start commenting on their posts. One of the best ways to get discovered on LinkedIn for an internship, a job, customers, is to leave nice comments on people's posts. And I'll tell you why. Sometimes, and you want to do this on people's posts that are very popular. Maybe you're following influencers on LinkedIn. Maybe you're following celebrities on LinkedIn. Maybe you're following the CEO of Microsoft on LinkedIn. So if you leave comments on influencers or really popular people's posts on LinkedIn, their audience will see your comment. And if it's not just a one-line comment like, thank you for sharing, but it's a comment that you actually put some time and some effort and you think about what you're going to type, you leave it there, people will find you and they'll send you a DM on LinkedIn and they'll say, hey, I'm XYZ company, I work in human resources, we're looking for somebody with your skill set. I noticed you left a comment on such and such a such, whack. Aw, I'm sorry you feel that way. Thanks for joining though. We're looking for someone with your skill set and you left a comment on, I don't know, the CEO of Microsoft's video. We'd like to know if you'd like to talk for an interview for an internship or a job, or we're looking for a business with your service. Would you be interested in going on a Zoom chat? So that's one of the other ways that you can get an internship, a job, or find customers on LinkedIn, other than having a profile, is actually posting comments on people's content, especially if that post is going viral, or if that post is trending on LinkedIn. So now, other than all those things that I said about getting new customers, jobs, and internships on LinkedIn, you can now create content on LinkedIn. So here's some of the really successful content that I'm seeing on LinkedIn. I'm seeing people sharing TikTok videos on LinkedIn, of course, the professional stuff, because LinkedIn is more a professional job, kind of like business minded app. So now you can take some of your educational, your inspirational posts on TikTok, and you could add it on LinkedIn. So now you don't want to just put a video on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that that video has captions, and here's why. A long time ago, I posted a really good video that got a lot of traction last summer on LinkedIn. And somebody left a comment, it was a man, and he said, the next time you share a video here, can you put captions, because I am hearing impaired, I have a disability, so I couldn't really follow your video, but I was able to read your caption. So if you have a free editing service where you can put subtitles or captions, make sure to do that even here on TikTok, because there are people who have hearing disabilities or learning disabilities, and they can only read your post versus just watching your video. So keep that in mind. Other ways to shine bright on LinkedIn and attract an internship, a job, or network with people who work at Google or Microsoft or Fortune 500 companies that you want to get jobs in, is to actually share what you know. So if you're a student, trust me, you know something. If you're an adult, you know something. If you've been out of work since the beginning of the pandemic, you have a skill or a talent. So LinkedIn is one of the best places to post a blog from your website or post it as a LinkedIn article and share it with your network. Make sure to use hashtags on LinkedIn at the bottom or throughout your post, because it will help you get discovered. This goes for personal or business professionals, okay? So you're sharing your videos on LinkedIn, you're putting captions and subtitles so people can understand what you're saying. You're sharing LinkedIn articles or articles from your blog or medium.com, whatever it is that you're doing. Now you can share personal content on LinkedIn. So one of the things I like about LinkedIn right now is people are treating LinkedIn like Facebook. They're actually sharing memes and funny GIFs, and they're having a lot more fun on LinkedIn now, and they're adding some professional content too. So there's also nothing wrong with doing, a behind the scenes video on TikTok of what you've been up to during the quarantine. It could be a funny video of you feeling bored and you're just waiting for this quarantine to end. Add that on LinkedIn because you want to add a little bit of humor, get people to laugh, get people to smile, get people to feel excited to learn more about you. Then they'll follow you and then they will connect with you and be in your following network. So I didn't realize and I've been on LinkedIn for about four or 5 years, and I didn't realize that you can have people in your connections, which are close connections, or you can just have people follow your posts. And I don't know the instructions right now, but if you have a LinkedIn page, Google or YouTube how to get followers on LinkedIn, not connections, but followers, so that every time you post something on LinkedIn, even if you're resharing somebody's post and they see it and they like it, you can get followers. So take, for example, I have about close to 1,000 connections on LinkedIn, people that I'm closely connected to. And then I also have about 1,500, close to 1,500 followers on LinkedIn. So when you don't have an option, you're not creating an option for people to follow you on that app, and you don't really want to connect with them. Hey, Imani Prasad, how are you? How's it going? Thanks for joining me, talking about LinkedIn. If you're looking for an internship, a job, or maybe you have a business and you're trying to get customers on LinkedIn, it's a really easy app. I'm sure you've heard of it. Maybe your professors or students or parents talked about it. But LinkedIn is a super cool place other than TikTok. It's less entertaining, it's more educational, but if you're looking to get a summer internship, a part-time job after or during school, or maybe you're looking for a new job or customers, LinkedIn is the place to be. Now here's some other interesting things about LinkedIn. A lot of CEOs of companies like Microsoft and Google and all these other big companies, they use LinkedIn. So, hi Kale, how are you? Vasque, how are you doing? So even if you're a student, even if it's your first year of college or your first year of high school, you definitely want to set up a LinkedIn account. Now, I'm not sure if there are age restrictions on LinkedIn. When I first signed up, there wasn't. That might change now, but as long as you're there professionally, you're networking with other students, you're networking with employers, you're networking with recruiters, you're networking with people in human resources and the companies you want to work for. And if you run a business, you're networking with people who work at companies that you want to do business with. LinkedIn is the place to go. Now, I'll start talking to you about things you don't want to do on LinkedIn, because I think I went a good 20 minutes about what you should do, how to set up your profile, how to get found by recruiters and internships and things without you having to put in too much effort. So here's what you don't want to do on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you don't want to copy people's work. I've seen this before. I've seen people outing and blasting people on LinkedIn because they literally copied somebody's caption, turned around and used it and put a different photo. So whatever you do on LinkedIn, if you're inspired by somebody's post, reshare it, but don't copy and paste, because if somebody finds you out, they will screenshot your face, screenshot your profile, and out you in front of their whole LinkedIn network. And that would be super crazy, especially if that person has 10,000 LinkedIn connections, because I think you can have up to 10,000 on LinkedIn. You can't go past that, I think. Other things you don't want to do on LinkedIn are sending DMs to recruiters and internship companies, every single day. Did I get the job? Did I get the job? I'm just checking in. Just allow things to work out. If you do an interview for an internship, a part-time job, whatever, job placement, or maybe a potential company to do business with, allow them time to figure out if you're the person they want to work with. Thank you, Kale. You're so kind. I appreciate your kindness. Be patient now, because there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of companies on LinkedIn that are looking for people with your skill and talent. So there's no need to act as if there's lack of opportunity. Everybody's on LinkedIn. Startup companies, you name it, they're on LinkedIn. Okay? Other things you don't want to do on LinkedIn is set up an account and not socialize with people, meaning networking online, or not posting content, and that's up to you. So you can get away on LinkedIn with doing two things. What's your zodiac sign? Oh, that's an interesting one. I'm a Sagittarius. How about you, 5 Weens? What's your zodiac sign? Okay, so on LinkedIn, you want to do two things. You either want to post content and let people and internships and companies find you, or customers find you if you have a business, or you want to socialize with people. So you're kind of lucky on LinkedIn, you can get away with it. I find on TikTok, you actually have to share content to get noticed. But on LinkedIn, you can just leave comments on people's content that you like to get noticed without posting content. Other things you don't want to do on LinkedIn are, let's say you're looking for a job and you just keep spamming people's messages. You finally connect with somebody, maybe they're an executive at a company or something, or they're the hiring manager for the job you want, and you send them a nice little note saying, hey, how are you, yada, yada, yada. But now you start telling them, I've been to school for 5 years and I hope that you'll hire me. You never want to act desperate on LinkedIn. I'll keep praying for my grandpa. He passed away. Can you give me a song? Put Jesus Christ and I pray. Oh, I feel so sad for you, Kale. I'm sorry that happened. It's hard when grandparents and people that we care and love a lot pass away. What song can I think of? Oh, wow. Wow. There's so many songs that I can think of right now, but I can't. Maybe someone on the line, do you have any nice songs that we can have Kale listen to in tribute to his or her grandpa passing away? That's really sad, and I hope that you will keep focused. I know it's hard, especially with all these things closed. Certain parts of the world are back in lockdown again while others are not. But if your grandpa was kind of like having some health issues or something, I hope that he heals in heaven. So up in heaven, yes, it's my grandpa up in heaven. That's right. He is healing in heaven. And maybe he's watching you on this TikTok thing talking about him, and he feels happy to know that you have him in your heart. Thanks for sharing that with me. So back to LinkedIn. What else can I say? Yeah, if you're not on LinkedIn, sign up. If you're over the age of, I'd say 18, you probably want to be on LinkedIn. Whether you're a business owner or you're looking for, again, an internship, maybe you could care less about a job and an internship. Maybe you just want to network with people in your industry so that when the pandemic is over, you can get a job because you made friends with somebody who works at Google or Microsoft or YouTube, or maybe they work at Instagram, maybe they work at Twitter, maybe they work at TikTok. I feel like everybody's on LinkedIn now. So I hope this LinkedIn marketing, LinkedIn personal branding strategy was helpful. I really think that this is one of the less popular apps because it's not fun, it's not exciting, but it's becoming like Facebook now and a little bit like Instagram. So it's becoming a little bit more fun and entertaining these days, but you can bring the fun and you can bring the entertainment to LinkedIn through your experience. So I'll stay on the line. I know I've been talking for a good 20 minutes, I think, 15, 20 minutes. Does anyone have questions about LinkedIn, getting an internship, getting a job, building a reputation for yourself on LinkedIn or any app for that matter, and how to go about getting an internship? I can say for myself, I've been pretty lucky. I feel very happy my grandpa, because you won't always make me walk because he's on the car up in heaven. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, he's probably driving his car, enjoying a Sunday in heaven. That's beautiful. I'm so glad that you have a close connection with your grandpa, and he'll always be there for you in a good way, not in a scary way, in a good way. I really do believe that when the older people in our family, they pass away, hopefully peacefully, that they really do want us to be happy. I don't think our grandparents want us to be sad that they're not here. So hopefully you're going through a healing process as well. But they really want us to be happy, and all the wisdom and times that you had with your grandparents, try to think back in those times and try to think about the little words of wisdom and advice and, the presence and the time spent, because, they would want you to think about that versus being sad right now. And I know it's easy for me to say because my grandparents passed away a long time ago, but just hang in there. Your grandpa wants you to be happy, and he wants you to live a really beautiful life. So that's it in a nutshell, everybody. I don't see any questions about LinkedIn, getting an internship, getting a job. Hey Pat, how are you? I don't see your little photo here, but thanks for joining us. Decided to come on, educate everybody about LinkedIn. Everyone, Pat has been a follower with me since last summer. She's I think she's a teacher. Are you an elementary school teacher, Pat, or are you a high school teacher? But she's a teacher, and she shows up on on TikTok. She has a really great community, and she's pretty consistent with sharing helpful tips. And I appreciate you joining us today, Pat. How would one find a job currently on LinkedIn? That's a good question, Maman. So LinkedIn, I was saying earlier, well, let me know, do you have a profile on LinkedIn? So if you have a profile on LinkedIn, Maham, you want to make sure that in the headline of your LinkedIn profile that you have all the keywords of the jobs that you're fit for, whether you have job experience or not. So let's just say you want to be, a lawyer. You could put a law assistant, a law intern. Obviously, you want to make sure this is real stuff here, right? But happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Pat. Even if you don't have an internship, just put law assistant, lawyer, law intern, something like that, so that jobs, employers and human resources can find you. And if you do have experience, make sure all of your jobs that you've had at least for a year. And I say that because anything less than a year, unless it was an internship, when they look at that, they're going to wonder, why does she or he only have 5 months? Why are they keep going from one job to the next? So if you have like an internship or a school work program or something like that that has gone on for a year, add that on your LinkedIn. Other ways to get a job, everyone, including Maham on LinkedIn, is to network with people. So do a search on the company you want to work for. So let's say you want to work for TD Canada Trust or YouTube or Google, Microsoft, these big companies. Do a search on them and then click on jobs. And what I would do if I were you is look at the hiring manager that is hiring for that job at that company and friend request them. Follow them or connect with them and apply for the job. When you connect with them, if they accept your connection, send them a DM saying, hey, Rose, my name is Maham. I'm looking for I applied for this job and I want to stay connected. Hopefully I'll hear from you soon about my application. That's it. Don't send them a message anymore because you don't want to feel like you're kind of like chasing people for a job. And if you don't, so do that. And then a mix of that on LinkedIn, you also want to watch people's content, leave a nice comment, maybe a sentence or two, something that you actually put together and you took your time to answer, and so on and so forth. So Kale says, can you see me up in heaven, like a singing song up in heaven, like he's asking and I want to talk? Oh, that's so nice. I wish I had those superpowers. I wish I was an X-Men mutant who had those superpowers, but I trust that your grandpa is very, very happy and in a happy place. And I know that he most likely misses you, but maybe your grandpa just really wants you to be happy, because when you're happy, grandparents are happy. When you're happy, your parents are happy, so on and so forth. So I trust that your grandpa will be there for you in mind, not in a scary way now, in a happy way, and that he really wants you to be happy during this pandemic and grow older and have a beautiful life. All right, everybody, I don't see any more questions about internship questions, part-time job questions, summer job questions, getting full-time job questions, or finding customers on LinkedIn. I had a really good time coming here and showing up for each and every one of you. I have some laundry to do and I have to buy groceries soon. So it felt so good connecting with each and every one of you, and I probably will be back next Sunday to do another TikTok Live. Thank you so much for joining me. I see 2 of you, you've been here since the beginning. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned everything about LinkedIn, how to put yourself out there, get found by human resources recruiters and companies so that you can get hired for internship and or business opportunities. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Take care. Bye. You're welcome. Take care.